Well, we're heading down to Steve's again.
That's always fun.
He's finished the fishing village.
He's finished?
Well, you know, nothing is ever finished, really, especially not a model railroad.
I mean, it'd be just like silence.
But as in the reworking of the fishing village this time around, we've been waiting for him to finish getting the lights in and all the signs up and the people properly located, because it's been under construction for a while. All the lights and wiring are in, and that means we can do a night show.
Oh, neat.
The fishing village after the shadows fall. Well, we've been over to Steve Stribel's railroad a bunch of times. It's the Rio Grande and Pacific, an ON3 model railroad, which is really, really amazing. Now this area back here is the fishing village, located right at the mouth of the river. There has always been a fishing village here, but a few months ago Steve decided that he wanted to completely redesign it and redo it. He added a footbridge for pedestrians and a lot of fun new details. Last time when we looked at the fishing village, he still had some little details to add in, but the big thing was the wiring for the lights, street lighting, building lighting, and some interior details as well. And as you can see, the lighting is now complete, and so we can do some nighttime photography here in the fishing village. While the fishing village is on one side of the river, there is a railroad bridge connecting over to the other side of the river, which is the rather industrial port facility. And Steve has now added a lovely little footbridge to the railroad bridge so that pedestrians can find their way over to the other side. There's a lovely little market here in the fishing village. Just looks amazing. Mostly what's here in the fishing village are fishing facilities, places with nets and crab pots, but there's also this lovely sleazy bar, and there's a nice little cafe as well. The pier area is really, really nifty, and it's set neatly into the scenery. There's a great collection of Al Badham's beautiful pine trees. Yes, there's a show on Al Badham and how he builds his pine trees. But as always with Steve's modeling, it's the attention to the myriad details that really, really bring the whole thing to life. Everything in this area, and for that matter almost everything on the entire railroad, is scratch-built. But perhaps the best part of Steve's models is the whole arrangement of the thing, the beauty of it, and its connection to people. It's a beautiful little place full of people that you really want to meet and places that you really want to go and hang out. It tends to feel more like a theme park than an actual location, and yet it also has that sort of down and dirty reality. Everything here feels like a real place with a real purpose. Needless to say, the quality of the modeling, the sheer craftsmanship of the whole thing is just impressive. The village side of the river is a quiet little hamlet, a comfortable place where you feel like you'd be right at home. But the other side of the river, the industrial side, is all about getting something done. You can now take the footbridge over to the industrial side. Unfortunately, the governor is going to knock you back for a nickel. Governor Lepeta Maine has decided to charge a toll to use the footbridge. Somehow that reminds me of a movie from some time back. Well, no matter. This side of the river is mostly warehouses and manufacturing facilities. There are no homes over here. Now, some of you may recall that a little over a year ago we did a show on the boat shop and marine railway that's here in the industrial part of the port. Also, one of the subscribers has suggested that Steve put a whistle stop in on this side of the river, and ta-da! Here it is, a lovely little whistle stop station on the port side of the river. Whistle stop stations were incredibly common back in the early days of railroading. They're called a whistle stop because the trains only stop there if there's someone to pick up or someone to drop off. There are some engine facilities here too, back behind the port buildings, the warehouses and manufacturing areas. There's sand, coal, and water here, and a little tiny one-stall engine house as well. Now, Steve being Steve, he's decided that the area needs a lighthouse, so he's working on that now. Not surprisingly, the fishing village has turned out to be just amazing. And isn't it fun to see it at night after the shadows fall? Well, that sure turned out cool.
That is just really neat. My goodness.
I love doing night photography on a model railroad, and that just turns out so neat. And that fishing village is so cool.
That's cool. And the full interiors. I mean, I feel like a giant, you know.
Yeah, it's like a real world.
It's real, yeah.
The only thing is, it's cooler than any place I've ever been.
Yes,
you know, it's like
it's
this fantasy world.
It is.
It's really, really neat.
Mm-hmm.
Always fun to see what Steve has come up with.
Right.
Well, if you haven't been over to the channel, pop on over to the channel, Toyman Television, here on YouTube. There is also the website, toymantelevision.com.
Right.
It's the same movies and everything. It's just a different way of looking at them on a website. If for some reason you can't get a hold of YouTube or you don't have the app or whatever the heck it is, you can just go to toymantelevision.com.
Right.
Same exact movie, same exact format.
There you go.
Just a different look, different way. And when you're over on the channel, you want to subscribe. And the easy way to subscribe is to click on the blue button that's, you ready for it? Zoink, right there. Subscribe, see it? Subscribe. Click on that. We'll take you to the channel and make you a subscriber. And you do want to be a subscriber because it's cool.
Yes, it is.
Well, we're not sure how you found this movie on the internet. We hope you didn't find it boring. And we will see you here again in 1 week with some more massive, massive screwing around. See you then. Bye-bye.
Bye.